Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another exciting meeting at Toastmasters for Hyderabad Entrepreneurs 2.0. Well, my dear comrades, happy International Men's Day. What else can be a celebration? Complementing our better halves, our mothers, our sisters, are the women who have made this society, who have helped us in all the way, in all our journeys. So this meeting is dedicated to all the women in entrepreneurship. And let me invite my better half and my half mentor, DTM Kalpana, as the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Kalpana.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms and DTM Toastmaster Raghu, for that marvelous inauguration of the episode. Welcome all. And before I start anything, I just want to say that entrepreneurship is one of the innovative and creative profession I feel, because we always get to handle risk in an efficient way. Well, today I'm going to talk about how or why women entrepreneurs are needed on our business or any other profession where we have. I always feel that women are better at understanding things. They are well, efficient, talented, confident, ambitious, and career oriented. Apart from this, they are always multi talented. They can talk over phone while cooking and still watch the serial that is coming on the television, and this will obviously minimize the risk. Without further ado, I would like to take on to the proceeding of today's meeting. We have amazing speakers today, and we have keynote speeches, prepared speeches, and then followed by our pitch. To do this, I have few role players, and let me start with introduction of this wonderful lady who is Toastmaster Anne Mary. I always get amazed by her Toastmaster grammarian report. She is, I'm sorry. Anne-Marie is an advocate from beautiful island of Bahama and is a social worker and a public speaker. Let me welcome Toastmaster Anne-Marie to please introduce her role and word of the day and idiom of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Anne-Marie.
Good evening, and thank you for that savvy introduction. And that is our word of the day, because we as female entrepreneurs, we are savvy. My role as the grammarian is to monitor the use of the word of the day, savvy. And I want to encourage all of you, women, men, to use it, because we have knowledge, we have experience, we are well-informed, shrewd. We are savvy Toastmasters. So please encourage you to use the word of the day. We're sometimes so driven with performing that we forget the grammar is the detail. So I want to encourage you to use the word of the day, but also word usage, pronunciation, sentence endings, and I want to congratulate the use of imagery and phrases. At the end, I will give my report. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anne-Marie. May I request you to please paste the word of the day over chat so that everybody can refer to it. I also have...
It's behind me, savvy.
Okay, thank you.
But I will post it.
Thank you. As I mentioned, today we have keynote speeches, and to start with, I'll start with the DTM Nitasha. Nitasha is an architect by qualification and a public speaker by passion, mom by choice, and a traveler in dreams. Wow, isn't it that exciting? May I request distinguished Toastmaster Nitasha to please take over the virtual stage.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Kalpana, and a very good evening to everybody in this platform here today. It's an honor to be part of the Hyderabad Entrepreneurs Club. Thank you so much, DTM Raghu, for having me here. I have 3 minutes of time. Okay, thank you. So you're going to flash, if you could just tell me the timer cards, please.
Yes, 3 to 4 minutes, I'll flash 3 green, 3.5
Got it.
yellow, and then 4 red.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. So I am the founder of WeTalk. WeTalk is a global online public speaking program for children ages 6 years to 16 years. And this is how it all began. Abhivir is a young public speaking mentor today at the age of 11. Assertive and adventurous is what we call him today. But that's not what he was 4 years ago. Flashback to August 2018. Return to India phase of my life. We were returning home after a decade in New York. Home to India. Home to everything that's familiar. Home to everything that we loved, and we were eager to be back. There was excitement in my heart, warmth in my soul, and a lot of happiness all around. We'd done our checks of a good home, good school, good sports facilities, everything that we thought that the boys would want to help them integrate quickly into India. And according to us as parents, we were all set. But imagine my pain and anguish when Abhivir, my then 6.5-year-old, cried inconsolably and refused to go to school after just the first 3 days into the new school year. As a mom, my immediate reaction was, oh, everything is so new. He's in a new school, new country, new friends. Give him a week or two and he'll start loving it, right? The moms in the room, I'm sure you'll agree with me. But no, I was wrong. This otherwise fun-loving, bindas, confident US return kid simply refused. Week 1 turned to 2, then 3, then 4. 4 weeks of non-stop crying. No amount of coaxing, shouting, bribing, nothing was working. I was at my wit's end. Until one day during our midnight or sleepy time pillow talks, he confessed he was scared and intimidated. My heart broke into a million pieces. I've been a Toastmaster for the longest part of my life, about 21 years. And here I was, the heartbroken mother of a 6.5-year-old who could not speak up among his classmates. That's when I decided to take things into my hands. I worked with him bit by bit, day by day, helping him find his voice and regain his confidence and his energy. With this decision of using my passion, which is obviously Toastmasters, to overcome a personal challenge was born my third child, WeTalk, a public speaking program, like I've mentioned, for children ages 6 years to 16 years. However, friends, the birth of an idea is only half the battle won. The other equally important half is planning and execution. And that's when I was building WeTalk, I went back and revisited my father's words, the 3C plan. Papa, as I lovingly called him, used to say, do you have clarity in what you want to do? Are you convinced about your idea? Are you confident of doing it well? He lived his life guided by and guiding by the 3 C's: clarity, conviction, and confidence. Friends, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, sometimes we come across tumultuous crossroads in our lives. We're in a dilemma, not sure of what the next step would be. And it's easy to give up on your dreams. Sometimes I have been there too, but don't despair. Use the 3C plan the way I did. Get clarity of purpose, develop the conviction, and you will get the confidence to march on. My entrepreneurial venture is a small 3C step in the direction of my dreams. Wishing you all the very best in your entrepreneurial journey. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Nitasha. That was really amazing and motivating. This reminds me of my favorite entrepreneur, Kalpana Rajesh. As I told, she was from the site called Pelli Pulajada, where the braid flowers will be prepared for all the brides. She did not get educated much, and she was only one from her family who were always doing these braids. But she did not stop there. She ensured she is making her profession as an entrepreneur, and she started a journey, and now she had more than 200 plus outlets for her through all the social media, and she happens to be one of the amazing lady who didn't even start her entrepreneur journey but also showed path for so many people. And she is one of my role model because she had proven that with little innovation and courage we can ensure that we are building a lot of things to our society and also to the economy, and yet we are able to have our own identity. With this, we will move on to the next segment of the day, and we have to start our prepared speeches. I would request Toastmaster Catherine to please give the speech objective of our speaker, Toastmaster Abdul.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kalpana. Toastmaster Abdul Rahman, congratulations on getting to this path level, connecting with your audience. Your speech will be 5 to 7 minutes. We will expect you to present an unfamiliar topic to an unfamiliar audience. We will expect that we will be engaged by your speech. I will be looking out for the following principles of a good speech, which are a catchy opening, a wonderful body, and a memorable conclusion. Simply, I look forward to hearing your clarity, vocal variety, eye contact, comfort level, and interest. Congratulations, Abdul Rahman, Toastmaster. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Catherine. Abdul, can we do an audio video check?
Hi, good evening, good afternoon.
Yes, you are loud and clear. You are audible and visible. Can you see the timer cards? Timer, may I request you to please flash the cards?
Please.
You are on mute, Abdul, if you're
Yeah,
speaking.
I can see.
Okay, thank you.
Is my position okay?
Yes, perfect. Toastmaster Abdul, entrepreneurship and happiness. Entrepreneurship and happiness, Toastmaster Abdul.
Are you unemployed? Are you frustrated in your current job? Are you excited about working on your passion? If yes is the answer, it's time you should consider starting your own business. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow entrepreneurs, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Let me share my story. I was working as a national procurement and logistics manager for an American multinational company for a very long time. During my work experience, I had to put up with a lot of things which I did not like. I did not agree to what was happening. Some of the things which I did not like was the unprofessional working style of the top bosses, absence of empathy from the senior management towards the employees, the micromanagement of the employees, the operation in a detailed manner by the senior management. The micromanagement actually makes people switch off. Okay, you're the boss. Okay, you do it. That's something which I did not like about the management. Sometimes the management used to take decisions based on gossip or hearsay. These are the things which I did not like about the management. On top of this, the numbers were being constantly fabricated to show, a rosy picture of the company, the financials of the company. And unfortunately or unwillingly, I was part of the whole game. How many of you had gone through this situation earlier? Can you please raise your hand? Thank you. I was not truly happy. I had to suppress my thoughts and fall in line with the senior management's decision all the time. I began to have difficult conversations with myself. I had two choices. Either I continue with the way things were going on, or tread uncharted waters and become an entrepreneur. I thought to become an entrepreneur was the best choice for me. Then why did it take so long to take the call, to take the decision? What was stopping me to make the next move? Number one is that the attractive paycheck which comes in my bank account end of the month. I was in a comfort zone. Then the fear of moving out of the comfort zone was another challenge for me. The third thing is fear of failure. What if I fail? Once I start my own venture, what if I fail? These thoughts gave me sleepless nights and led me to constantly keep on delaying my decision. I had several discussions with my friends who are in business and also some family members. Finally, I came to a conclusion that it would be now or never. I quit my job early last year and incorporated a private limited company by name PrimeLink Supply Chain Services along with a couple of friends, partners. Initially, I did face quite a few challenges while starting the business. There was post-COVID market situation, the dullness in the market. Then we had established market players in this business. Thirdly, finding the right manpower was a major challenge. Fourth, I had to find the right location to establish the business and start it. The fifth one belonging to me is I had to really put in long hours in this new profession. Well, how did I go about with that? To start with, I had to put together a small team of young, talented personnel. Then we did a market survey to identify the market gaps. Where is the potential for us? We did also analyze the competition and what their offerings are currently. Then with the available options, we did what are the risks and rewards associated with this. During all this time, we kept our focus and we were steadfast. And we had to be very, very patient all through this. Finally, I'm happy to tell you that the new company is moving forward in the right direction. And so far, I'm in a position to put into practice my vision and my experience. I feel a sense of satisfaction when we are able to help a few people earn their livelihood. Most importantly, I don't have to compromise on my work ethics. Well, having seen the good part, the happiness associated with entrepreneurship, there are two caveats in what I said. Managing time. The time is always short. You put in whatever number of hours into this profession, it is not enough. The second is the financial security. Now, after putting in almost 2 years into this, I still feel that, the business might, there is a risk factor involved. So there is a risk in finance as well. Well, Albert Einstein once said, a ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it's built for. And I think this really resonates with the profession of entrepreneurship. If you love to be autonomous and you want to be your own boss, take a shot, go for it, take a risk, get the education and know-how, and start your own business. Whether or not your entrepreneurial journey will lead to fame and riches, it may well be the road to happiness. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Wonderful, Toastmaster Abdul. Yes, you made a savvy decision, and yes, as ship is not made to be on the shore, we should also go and do whatever we feel like and where we are happy and satisfied. Otherwise, risk is always associated with employment as well. With this, we will move on to the next amazing segment of Toastmasters program, that is the table topic segment. To do this, I have a wonderful lady who is Toastmaster Niyamat. She is professionally a pharmacist and currently pursuing her PhD, and she always keeps a beautiful smile on her face, and she loves to grab the stage. I have been working with her lot of times, and I always see a very pleasant smile whenever she comes onto stage. And today I'm sure she has brought wonderful table topics to us. With this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Niyamat onto the virtual stage.
Thank you so much, DTM Kalpana. Indeed, it's a pleasure to be here amidst quite an interesting and diverse crowd. So quickly jumping into the role as a table topic master, my job today is to come up with some really nice, interesting topics. I won't say they're easy, but I'm sure they're supposed to put you on the spot and allow us a few minutes of nice and fun segment. So we have this table topic session for primarily giving us an opportunity to think on our feet, organize our thoughts, and deliver a beautifully crafted speech in a span of 1 to 2 minutes. So with the help of our timer, you need to speak for at least 1 minute, at which he will turn the card green. 1 minute 30 seconds, it's yellow, and then 2 minutes, max 2 minutes 30 seconds, where the card turns red. As most of us are Toastmasters in the room, I'm sure we are aware of the rules. And I invite guests and Toastmasters alike to participate. Who wants to be the bold entrepreneur in the room today?
Elios has raised his hand. You can go with.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. All right, so I have topics lined up for you. Could you just pick a number from 1 to 4?
4.
4, perfect. Okay, so Toastmaster Elios, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Toastmaster Raghu, could we have the timer cards shown to him once, please? Toastmaster Elios, could you confirm if you can see the timer cards?
Yes, right now.
Perfect. Okay, Toastmaster Elios, the topic for you is, and that's when the tables turned. And that's when the tables turned, Toastmaster Elios.
Am I audible and visible? Give me reaction. So I can start. Okay, I can start. And that's when the table is turned. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, have you ever into a situation when you feel depressed? When you feel that you have nobody to hope on. You have nobody to hold on. Nobody to tell you that it's okay not to be okay. And I was there. I was there being the one that has the victim mentality. I will always say the situation is not working for me. I have a lot of enemies. I have no friends. And that's when the table is turned. The table already turned green in my time right now as a timer. It is said that I should take care about what I'm about to say. If I say that I am fearless, it means that I should be that. So we have the be, do, and have mentality. If you be brave, you do brave, and you have your bravery. As that what the table is turned yellow right now. You should definitely have to think about to summarize your life into this 1 minute or last seconds. Imagine you are near end right now in the red. What should you do when you are about to die? What you should say? I will say that I was there in the world to rescue myself. Back to you, Titya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Elios. A savvy speech indeed. And whom do we have next?
I saw a hand raised by DTM Padma earlier. You can invite.
All right.
Well,
DTM
since
Padma.
I have an evaluator role as well. If there are others interested,
Yes.
I'm willing to step back.
Thank you so much. Some women in the room. It's a day for men, but you know how we like the stage.
So
Yes.
I don't really know the format, and I'm the speaker also invited, but I'd like to participate if there is something that you can guide on.
Sure, of course. So the idea is that I give you a topic. You can think about it for about 15-20 seconds and deliver a speech for at least a minute.
Okay, let's go for it.
Perfect. Toastmaster Raghu, if you could show her the timer cards, please.
Oh, I can see Raghu now. Yeah, I can see him. Yes. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Ms. Raina, the topic, okay, you need to select number from 1, 2, and 3.
1.
Ms. Raina, the topic for you is when life gives you lemons, ... When life gives you lemons, Ms. Raina.
Should I start?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, we're ready. When life gives you lemons, then yes, you start becoming savvy, because being savvy is what you can do. Savvy is everything that's going to be in your life. Being out there, being present, being alive, being seen. Let me tell you, if you want to be the next upcoming entrepreneur, you have to be savvy, not in one, but in all sectors. Being savvy, not only in knowledge, but also in the financial awareness, in the judgment, in the choices that you make, because you are the next savvy veteran who's going to be on the newspapers. Open out the newspapers tomorrow morning, and that's where you see the upcoming entrepreneur, not a Birla, not a Tata, but that's you. Great companies don't hire great people, but they skill them and motivate them so that they can be the best. And trust me, you are the next leader, because savvy is a skill and not an art that's born with. So looking forward to having you seen tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. Don't know if I've completed 1 minute, but thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Whom do we have next? I can see guest Anupama has raised her hand. Guest Anupama, would you like to step in for a table topic? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Could we have the timer's cards, please?
Sure, and this will be the last topic, Yamat. Just for you.
Sure. Guest Anupama, were the timer cards visible to you?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so I'll go ahead and give you the topic. Guest Anupama, the topic for you is Is work-life balance a myth? Is work-life balance a myth? Guess Anupama.
Work-life balance is not a myth. For those who know how to manage themselves into the available time. Sometimes there are people who will do 48 hours, 72 hours of work in just 24 hours. And some will hardly do anything. They will be wasting their time in social media. They'll be wasting their precious time in doing things which don't come into priority, number one, or number two, or number three. So one must have the clarity, conviction, confidence, and courage. I'm happy to share that I was able to attend an event by Godrej on 27th of May 2010 in Mumbai, Renaissance Hotel, to be part of an event called I Am Woman of Courage. I got a microwave oven and a handshake with Shushmita Sen and an autograph too. So if work-life balance was a myth for me, I wouldn't be an entrepreneur today, because I'm not just a mom. I am autism mom. I'm an autism coach. I'm life coach, but I'm also autism coach. So I can see the red light now, so I have to stop. So the time had come when remaining tight in a bud was too painful than to blossom. So I have blossomed.
Thank you, guest Anupama, for that wonderful speech. And with this, we come to an end of a rather interesting table topics session. And with this, I hand the reins of the meeting back to DTM Kalpana. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Niyamat, and wonderful table topic speakers. It was like just amazing to listen to each one of you. Now we'll go to our keynote speaker. What should I tell about this lady? She always amazes me with her epitome of dedication, and she always inspires me to, challenge myself with a lot of new things and ensure that I'm doing much more, because she is the epitome for me in dedication. With all due respect, I request distinguished Toastmaster Mukta Natkar, our district director for District 98 for the year 2022 and 23, to please give keynote speech. Ma'am, may I check if you're able to see the timer cards?
I could see Raghu earlier. I think he has just, yes, I can see him right there, and the cards are visible. And am I audible and visible too?
Yes, loud and clear. Perfect.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Kalpana. It's just absolutely wonderful to be here today and see so many faces from across the world and so many distinguished Toastmasters. In fact, I am even in awe and nervous to see some of them here today. Now, my journey as an entrepreneur was, it really happened by chance. I was a teacher, a trained teacher and a trained hotelier for several years. And then when my boys were growing up and they decided to go to boarding school, that was the time I decided that I needed to do something different in my life. My parents were growing old, my in-laws were growing old, and I couldn't take on a full-time job because I could be needed anytime, anywhere. So I ventured into entrepreneurship. I was not trained for it. It just happened because of the timing, because of the circumstances. Every time we take on something in life, it is due to the timing. There is a time for everything, and that is why we are thrown into it. There are some circumstances that happen. Your parents grow old, you shift your hometown, and that is why you need to take up something new. And that is exactly what happened for me. But what did I get into? What was I trained for? What was I skilled for? None of the things that I really finally took up. I went into corporate gifting as my 20 odd years of entrepreneurship. You see, at that time, there were very, very few. This is about 1988, nearly 35 years ago. Very few women ventured into corporate gifts. There was always the men, with that bag of theirs with all the samples and models going from door to door selling items. And I decided I was willing to do that. I was willing to put in the hard work. So why not attempt it? And so today, all those budding entrepreneurs, I'm going to tell you the 4 secrets that really made me a successful entrepreneur. And that secret is good old AIR, HAIR. The H is for hard work. If you are willing to put in the hard work anytime, anywhere, that is your first step to success. And I was willing to put in the hard work. I was willing to walk those miles to go from corporate to corporate, trying to promote the gifts that I was trying to sell. And I was never afraid to put in that hard work. And that has helped me in good stead even today. The A was the attitude. In hair, if you have the right attitude, nothing is going to spoil it. You can meet people, and what is the worst thing that can happen to you? People are going to say no. And so what? You move on and you take on the next opportunity that is going to come your way. So A is having the right attitude. In business, I is the most important, integrity. If you want to sleep at night, if you want to build those strong connections, you have to always have the largest and biggest integrity in you. Without that, it really doesn't matter how successful you are. And R is the relationships. Finally, there are times when one of your clients may drop out, but it doesn't matter. You can still maintain that relationship. And that is true not only in business, but that is true in life as well. As we move on and as we pass on, sometimes our relationships don't stay, but we need to keep that bridge always. So if you, young, beautiful women here today, and men too, if you are going to venture into entrepreneurship, remember the hard work, the attitude, the integrity, and keeping that relationship is going to make you the most successful. I am happy to have been here with you, and I wish each and every one of you the very best, especially Toastmasters for Hyderabad Entrepreneurs 2.0. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Wow, what an amazing and inspiration speech. I think I have 2 of the qualities and I have to work towards the remaining 2 qualities to ensure that I'm becoming a famous entrepreneur. With this, thank you so much, Mukta ma'am, for the wonderful and motivation speech. With this, we will move to the next segment, that is the speciality of this entrepreneur club, that is pitch. Today, we have Karthik, who is going to give pitch. Karthik is going to give pitch on social networking and education. May I request Karthik to please?
Yes.
Yes, I can see you, Karthik. Can you please confirm if you are able to see the timer cards?
Yes.
Okay. Karthik, stage is all yours. You'll have to speak for 3 to 5 minutes. At completion of 3 minutes, timer will raise a green card at completion of 5
Sure.
minutes. Okay.
I'm
Thank
sharing
you.
my screen. Yes.
Perfect. Stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. This is Karthik. I'm the co-founder at Hylessa. We are a team of 3 people based out of Hyderabad. Harshini and Ram Kalyan are the other 2 co-founders. So we are building a platform called Hylessa. It is a social networking platform. Here we connect the students, teachers, and educational institutes. These people can interact among themselves on this platform. If we observe, today's social media platforms, the popular ones, are increasingly dominated by entertainment content. So on these platforms, the popular social media platforms, the educators find it very difficult to connect with their student communities. But Hylessa, the platform we are building, is built specifically for the education communities to thrive. So on this Hylessa, the educators and the students can take their academic discussion to the next level through the features catering to their needs. So on Hylessa, we are developing the features catering to the educational communities, the student and the educator communities. So this is our product, and these are the product reviews that we have got. So this is our traction. So our product Hylessa is an Android app. It is already on Play Store. It has got more than 12,000 installs. We are having more than 500 daily active users and for more than 4,000 monthly active users. Our week 1 retention is more than 40% and our M1 retention is more than 15%. So here we are building a social networking platform, right? So we are solving the chicken and egg problem. So the content and the content creators. So on Hylessa, we have already onboarded more than 15 coaching institutes. So, and more than 8 teachers. So why now? Because in the today's ecosystem, if you observe, all the social media platforms which are present are completely catering to the entertainment communities. So people go there only for entertainment, to connect with only the entertainment-based content creators. And on these platforms, the educators are also going, but those platforms do not suffice to the needs of the educational communities. So there is a need for this platform. We ourselves are government job aspirants for the past 4 years, and our community felt the need for a separate social networking platform where their needs can be met. So this is the right time to build this platform, and we are building it. And the market potential for the platform that we are building, the social networking platform that we are building, is 2 crore government job aspirants. So our initial go-to-market strategy. Sorry. So our target community is the government job aspirants. Every year in India, 2 crore government job aspirants write exams every year to get into jobs. So that is our initial target community. And apart from that, in the future, we can target the undergraduate student market and also the IIT, JEE and NEET aspirant market, so that they can connect with their teachers on this platform. And if we observe the education space, there are many edtech platforms. Many in the sense many. So you have Unacademy, you have Byju's. Every other edtech platform is trying to just sell the courses. They are acting like a digital institute, but there is not much innovation going on over there. So here we are trying to build a platform which bridges the gap between social networking platform and social network and education. So we are combining these two and creating a blue ocean. So we are creating a new market here, entirely different new market, and we are not competing with anyone at because the community that is present on Hylessa empowers the already present edtech players. And this is our team. We are alumni from IIT and NITs, and we have the right mix of tech skills and management skills. As today's word is savvy, I would mention that we are very much tech savvy people, and we are building the tech platform that caters to the needs of the educational communities. And we are planning to raise 100K USD in pre-seed funds to build a very highly scalable product and to start our marketing campaign. And these are our milestones. By this year end, we are onboarding. We are going to onboard 25,000 people who are already right now. There are 12,500, and we are going to double that by this year end. And by next year end, we are planning to onboard 250,000 users with the funds that we raise. And we are building a social networking platform, right? So when we amass a large set of users, then we can implement many different business models. We can generate revenue from different streams. So these are some of the plans that we are targeting to implement: the subscription plan for the users and for the businesses. And this is a pricing strategy. So this is all about Hylesa. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. And back to you, Kalpana.
Thank you, Karthik, for that wonderful presentation. And I could not read your introduction because I didn't want to steal your pitch content. And that's where I wanted to reiterate that you are the co-founder and CEO of Hylesa. And I wish you all the best for your organization.
Okay, thank you.
With this, we will move on to the next keynote speech for today. The next keynote speech is by, who all are there today? Raina Khatri Tandon. Yes. She is an entrepreneur and a social activist fighting for the rights of women, and she conducts sessions on POSH Pan India. She is founder and CEO of Right to Race. With all due respect, I would request Toastmaster Raina Khatri to please take the virtual stage. Before you start, may I check if you are able to see the timer card? Timer, please go back to green.
Yes, I'm able to see Raghu, sir, but his screen is red already.
Yes.
Whenever Raghu is ready.
Yes, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Kalpana. That was really awesome. Bob and Binasha. Bob gets up one morning and tells to Binasha, "Hey, I think you're not tech savvy in your numbers. How can you ever become somebody who's confident to be an entrepreneur tomorrow? I'm sure a homemaker is very good in strategizing, getting things together. And this was what I was watching on TV, not reality yet. But yes, if you guys do remember, this is the reality of all our homes. Many of our homes, if I have to make it very specific. Challenges, challenges, challenges. They come in next. But the challenge of the unknown is always going to be there. A very known person told me, the challenge of an unknown future is so much more exciting that the stories of the accomplished can always be spoken of. And that brings me back to the days when my father asked me, "Raina, you're just finishing up your 10th. What do you really want to pursue after 12th? And I told him, I want to do something where I don't see anybody else doing. So that's surely going to be something very diverse, very unique, and the most savvy thing, because people think we don't exist. Women don't exist. Or if they exist, then they don't have any leadership qualities. By the way, leadership is not about leading. Leadership is a way of thinking. It's a way of acting. It's the most important way of communicating what you feel and what you should be doing right. And how we saw so many distinguished guests here. I'm really proud to say today we had entrepreneurs talking about ethics, trust, ownership, commitment, confidence, and much more. But before all that, what is the most important thing in entrepreneurship? The pause. The pause to hear yourself. The pause to hear your inner voice. The pause to hear what's importantly important to you and what are you there to make a difference. Actions speak louder than words. We've always heard it. And I said, companies are made by people, not by just an idea. You can execute things only when you know that there are people who are aligned to not only your dream, but also dream of a bigger vision. So vision, mission, statements, structure, policies are surely going to be made. But before that, you have to take an action. Yes, a savvy action. Because every moment you are judged. Remember that. It's not about women. It's only about the person who steps out of their comfort zone and takes that one step that's going to make her different. That one step that's going to make you seen, that one step that's going to make you feel important, and that one step which is going to say that you are the most valuable person yet to make a difference. And today, I'm doing that, following my passion, bringing in not only women and men, but also children to lead a safe society. Yes, it's about prevention of sexual harassment act. It's about prevention of child sexual offenses. It's about entrepreneurship and every leader who stands up to say, I exist. And that's what I'm here today to speak about. Entrepreneurship is your dream, my friends. No matter how tough the chase is going to be, you should always be behind your dream. You should learn from every person that comes to you. Life is so beautiful and short. Take the first plunge and make all the difference. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Amazing to listen to you. Thank you so much for sharing your content. This
Thank you for
reminds me
having
of.
me here. Thank you very much for having me.
This reminds me of the KFC story where the owner of KFC tried for 1009 times and 1009 times his recipe got rejected. If he would have stopped by 10th or 15th time, then we would not have KFC outlets anywhere in the world. So now it's time for going on to the next segment, that is feedback segment for today's prepared speeches, pitch, and the timer report and the Wordmaster Grammarian report. To start with, I would like to call the Toastmaster Catherine, who is from Uganda, but now living in Malaysia, and she is an entrepreneur by herself, by profession, to evaluate the speech for Toastmaster Abdul. Toastmaster Catherine. Toastmaster Catherine, are you speaking on mute?
Okay, if that's taking time, you can go to pitch evaluation.
Okay. In the interest of time, as the timer indicated, I will move on to the. Okay.
Sorry.
Toastmaster Catherine.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but we have some background noise at your end.
Yeah. Just let me go through with it.
Yeah, Catherine, I would suggest move to a location where there is no noise. Meanwhile, we'll go to the pitch evaluation, okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Can I request Karthik to keep your video on? Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Kalpana. Sorry.
Thank you, timer. Today, Karthik's pitch will be evaluated by DTM Padmakumar, DTM Amol, and DTM Ajay. First, I would like to hand over the stage to DTM Padmakumar, who is an author and an entrepreneur and an amazing public speaker. Over to you, DTM Padmakumar.
Thank you very much. So today, I heard the pitch and I am going to provide you feedback that's going to add value. And therefore, I'm going to break the tradition of the normal Toastmaster feedback, which focuses a lot on CRC and complementing things, etc. At your level, I don't think you are really expecting any compliments. You know how good you are. So let me focus on certain things that will make your pitch to the next level. When I look at a pitch, I look for whether you are identifying the pain of your target segment as the first part of your pitch. So when somebody starts off with saying, this is my company and this is what we do, etc., it is kind of the question that comes from my mind is, so what? So therefore, I would suggest that you kind of reframe this whole thing into a 30-second pitch, a 3-minute pitch, and a 30-minute pitch. The 30-second pitch should have just 4 or 5 sentences. the first sentence should talk about the pain that your target segment is facing. Second, you amplify that pain to such an extent that people feel, oh my God, this needs to be solved. Then give a teaser and then the reassurance. This I have seen is a very good way in which you can give the 30-second part. After that, you have a 3-minute, which is what you will use in your speech to really expand on some of these aspects, to really say why you are best positioned. And of course, you will indicate what else you have in store for you to be invited to give a 30-minute kind of a speech. So this is what I would suggest in terms of your pitch arsenal. Some missed opportunities. I like the name Hailasa, but I didn't hear the story behind the name. It would have been nice to do that. Second, you talked a lot about the current position, etc., but I didn't understand what are the entry barriers that you have in place. What prevents somebody with sufficient funds to come in and challenge you on the social networking plus education kind of solution that you're providing. And some of the cartoons were a little distracting, particularly using Bernie Sanders, etc. I don't know how good an idea it is. So those are some of the inputs that I have, but you have fundamentally great idea. And I think you can work on this to make it a wonderful pitch. Thank you very much. That's it from me. Back to you.
Thank you, Padma Kumar, sir, for your speech. We will now move on to the next evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Amol from Pune, an amazing speaker and an entrepreneur. Over to you, DTM Amol.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, everyone. Now, one realizes that it's a difficult task to squeeze an ocean in a bottle. That's what our target speaker tried to do today. There are so many things which can be done in a pitch, but then that's why pitches are mostly called elevator pitch, because they have to be crisp, short, and best. What I liked about his overall pitch was his innovative idea, the name itself, and of course, the way he tried using the PowerPoint presentation, wanted to display some numbers, the typically traditional way of showing how the organization is performing, the numbers speak a story. And of course, it was simple yet very effective idea that you've come up with for your business. Now, let me quickly come down to the places where I thought you could have had improved. When we have a very stipulated amount of time to speak about a product or an idea, what we require as an audience is, number one, understanding is whom we are speaking to. Who is my audience? So here, whom are you targeting to? Are you targeting to the users or the investors? Right? Because the pitch would change, the proposition would change accordingly. If you are talking to the users, second comes the idea, what is the proposition? Do you want us as parents to enroll our kids out there? Do you want us to go and use and see the demonstration? Or if you are talking to the finances, then talk about the ROI and capital and etc. So again, in your pitch, decide upon who is your audience. Second, what is the proposition out there? Of course, you showed a slide where how you differentiate from Udemy and other people, but what is the proposition out there for us? Of course, you showed that chart that I liked, the square, the whole grid. But then what is the compelling proposition? Why do I even, as an investor or a user, look at your proposition? That was missing. And third important part, what is the call for action? When you ended your presentation, what is it that it expected out of me as an audience? Do you want me to fund your business? Do you want me to use your product? Do you want me to recommend it to other people? What do I do? So my friend, pitch, please remember these three things. Understand who's your audience. Have a compelling proposition and a hook in your pitch. And third, give a call for action for the audience and then leave the pitch over. That's from my end. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amol. It was amazing.
Thank you.
We will now have the evaluation from Distinguished Toastmaster Ajay Hiraskar, who is the one who is clustering all the entrepreneur clubs into one segment. Over to you, Distinguished Toastmaster Ajay Hiraskar, sir.
There's a big advantage of speaking after people like Padma Kumar and Amol. The fact is that they cover all the points and there's hardly anything left to cover. So, Karthik, what I really liked was the energy, enthusiasm that you displayed. I liked the fact that as a business activity, you've had traction, you've had users, you've had people who started using your solution and your service. And you also put together a slide deck that was interesting, and you already received feedback about the cartoons and the slides because they were distracting. What is it that when I looked at it from the fact that when I look at a business startup, I actually could not, and this has again been given feedback to you earlier, I could not really understand your offering. I think you need to clearly articulate what your offering is all about, right? You spoke about many things, trying to be the social media, the juxtaposition of the problem and the juxtaposition and the statement of what you're offering, it doesn't really fit in seamlessly together, right? It seems disconnected in many ways. So basically, because of which, again, Amol mentioned this, that I couldn't really understand your value proposition. What is your value proposition? What is it that will attract these set of users, right, to want to come to you? I didn't come in. You talked about people seeking government jobs, and you spoke about creating social networks, right? And then you spoke about educators. I think the disconnected pieces, either you have to articulate clearly how do they fit in seamlessly, how do they work together, how does it make sense, right? So I think overall, in my opinion, to that energy and enthusiasm, you have to add effectiveness, right? The effectiveness of ensuring that if you are investing that time, and there are about 28 people, 27 people now excluding you listening to your pitch, right? Your 3 minutes into 28 is the time that you're taking away. How do you make that effective? And like Amol said, what is the takeaway? Is this, are you pitching to us like customers? Are you pitching to us like investors? Be clear and put in that ask what you really want at the end of the day. I think there is enough work that you need to be doing on your pitch and the way that you communicate to make it more effective. And when you focus upon communicating the right things in the right way, is when you will have the right outcomes. So this is my feedback to you. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Ajay, for that valuable feedback. I hope all the three feedbacks will help Karthik to build his business and ensure he's improving with those feedback. Can I check, Catherine, if you are in a place where you are able to give your evaluation? Okay. Until we get to hear from Catherine, I would request.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. You are in time.
I'm going to switch off. Yes, I'm going to switch off my video. It's okay with you?
Yes, it's okay if you switch off your camera, but I think you should stay still because we are here having some.
Yes, I am.
Yes, now it is perfect. Can you confirm if you are able to see the timer cards?
I cannot see the timer, but I'm going to do my best to make it in 2 minutes.
Okay, over to you, Toastmaster Catherine.
Thank you. TM Abdul Rahman, congratulations on a beautiful speech connecting with us. It was not so unfamiliar, but your story and your content was unfamiliar to us as the audience. You presented it very well. It had a very catchy opening, bringing us into a question that asked us very sincerely, are you ready, or are you tired of your job? Are you unemployed? That took our attention and we were hooked. You had great pacing, allowing us to reflect on your speech and your message. Your story was inviting. Your work experience and struggles that you had that led you to solutions helped us understand how we engage with this topic. You had very good vocal variety. Your eye contact and comfort level were eminent. And indeed, this was an interesting topic. You also finally came to showing us what this partnership that you did was bringing you into. You showed us that a team of young, talented professionals was important, analyzing competition and finding for your business. You concluded by letting us know how happy you are that the company is running in the right direction. It's totally in theme with your topic, which was entrepreneurship and happiness. You gave us tips, you taught us, and you finally ended your speech with a quote from Albert Einstein, which was resonating with us. You also pushed us, you gave us a call to action. Take a shot, go for it. The route to happiness. Bravo, Abdul Rahman. What did I work on? I would work on improving the signal from your technology. That is the only thing I looked out for. Indeed, your speech was comfortable. Your speech was very auspicious in my view. Congratulations. Back to you, Toastmaster Kalpana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Catherine, for your evaluation. And now we will move on to the next report, that is Wordmaster Grammarian. May I request Toastmaster Anne-Marie to please share the savvy report that we had today. I'm sure you must be very happy with the usage of word of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Anne-Marie.
Yes, this evening you guys were very, very savvy. Well done to you all. And I was very encouraged with the performances tonight. Two people made a really positive impression on me, DTM Mukta and Nitasha. Your word structure, and I love the use of acronyms. We heard 3 C's, steps in directions, clarity, conviction, and confidence. And at DTM Mukta, I love the hair concept. Well done. You spiced up your speeches with those acronyms. Use of the word of the day. We had plenty of hits. Several hits from Raina, 3, Kalpana twice. Raina, you blasted the record with your table topics. I lost count. Well done. And Catherine once, but there may have been others. You were excellent at using the word of the day. Keep that up. I was really excited by some powerful imagery, some metaphors this evening. My heart broke into millions of pieces. Nitasha, Abdul, you were a metaphor master. I just lost count. You tread on watered waters as an entrepreneur. A ship is always safe at shore. You took a shot at being an entrepreneur. I just was so excited by the time you finished speaking. And we heard about speech arsenal. I don't know who said that, but I think I'm going to use that in future. Well done on the metaphors. I also was very excited by some strong vocabulary. It was excellent. Tumultuous, Nitasha, auspicious, Catherine, etymology, Kalpana, and I'm probably saying it wrong, and I'm the grammarian, but that was excellent use. You stretched the imagination on working outside the box. DTM Ammo, I heard squeeze an ocean into a bottle. Isn't that captivating? I loved it. I would like to challenge you all though on word endings, which detract from the eloquence of your speech. Elias, when you said I am depressed, you meant I am depressed. There's a D on the end. And Nimot, when you use an and. Okay, so just remember those two. We all fall into it that we say and when we mean and, the end of the word. I was also distracted by some favorite pronunciations, the old favorite V instead of W. I'm going to share with you some of my all-time bugbearers. Let me take my camera off so you can see them. Right, where do we start? What are we trying to say here? Women, working, weather, willingly. Do you get my drift? Now I want all of you to turn your cameras, your mute off and say working. Open the mouth, working. Go on.
Working.
Willingly. Will. Right, okay, you got it. Now this is the last time I'm going to comment on that because next week we're going to be W's. But well done anyway, just keep an eye on that. I also heard things, Anupana, instead of things. Remember, it's distracting. Think, I think you meant think, Kalpana. And tuda, to the. There is a T there. And some suggestions for improving grammar is to remember the vowels. Remember primary school, A, E, I, O, U. So Elias, when you imagine, you meant imagine. There's an A there, not an I. Initial, Kathuk, sorry for pronunciation, is initial. So initial is initial. So just watch the vowels when you pronounce. And another grammar favorite is we done our checks, Natasha. We did our checks. Past tense and present tense. Incomplete sentences, I heard a lot of this. I give you topic, I give you a topic. Going to give pitch, I'm going to give you a pitch. Planning to raise today, so it's just you forget the A's to make a complete sentence. Overall, though, I want to congratulate you all on being savvy masters of the English language. Continue to excel with the pronunciation, the word endings, and the A-E-I-O-U. Continue to elevate to the next level. Over to you, Mr. G.E. Miss G.
Thank you so much, Anne Mary, for your detailed report. And next time I'll ensure I'll not get caught by you and I'll use proper debut words with me. With this, we will move on to the next segment, and we have the timer waiting to give his report. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Raghu, for the timing report.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Our first keynote speaker, DTM Nitasha, took 4 minutes 23 seconds. Well in the time. Toastmaster Abdul Rahman as a speaker took 7 minutes 22 seconds, talking about how he chose to be an entrepreneur. Elios spoke for 2 minutes 15 seconds, all the way complimenting my timer cards. Our friend Raina talked about untable topics. She's talked about using all those nice words, especially using savvy as a word of the day, and made our grammarian happy in 1 minute 12 seconds. Anupama, the guest who spoke for 2 minutes 20 seconds, and I loved the way that she used pauses to enhance her speech today. Our keynote speaker too, our dearest DTM Mukta, took 4 minutes 40 seconds. On the pitch part, Karthik took 5 minutes 20 seconds. Keynote speaker 3, Raina, took 4 minutes 14 seconds. Now coming to pitch evaluator, DTM Padma Kumar took 2 minutes 25 seconds, helping our pitch speaker to do better. DTM Ajay Hiraska took 2 minutes 10 seconds. DTM Amol took 2 minutes 20 seconds. And in the evaluation section, Toastmaster Catherine took 2 minutes 26 seconds. And I didn't time for our dearest Toastmaster Anne Mary. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you for the detailed report, distinguished Toastmaster Raghu. And with this, we come to the end of our segment, and now it's time for taking some feedback from all our guests and any role players who would like to give any feedback. Anyone?